This is procedure 30-5, setting up a sterile field with instruments. So the first thing I've done is I've washed my hands and I've put on non-sterile gloves so I can check the equipment and also clean the surfaces I'm going to be working on. Now I'm going to remove my gloves, wash my hands really good this time, get in between the fingers, back of the hands, front of the hands, forearms all the way up to the elbows. Then I'm going to select my equipment. I've got absorbent towels. Here I'm going to use for the sterile pad and the pad cover. Take a shot of that. So we're moving these, careful not to touch the sterile portion of it, just picking up the edges only. Can't really see much of that, but I can't let it touch my table until it's ready to be dropped onto the surface. So a couple things that I don't want to do is I don't want to brush up against it and I don't want to reach over it. So I'm getting the edges from the ends of the table or surface to stretch it out to get it flat. So I have the drape on the table now. I'm going to take my instruments and other equipment that I have. I'm going to drop it onto the drape without contaminating the drape. So the first thing I have is my sterile pack, the suture removal equipment. The steam has turned brown in color, and these are the ones that I initially dated yesterday. So I'm going to open this up from the top without touching the inside or the instrument. I'm just going to let them spill onto the surface. I'm also going to add gauze 4x4 sterile. I'll open the package to just drop it onto the field. I'll do the same thing with a Teflon coated gauze pad. Open the package and drop it onto the field as well. That way I'm not contaminating the field with the packages. So continuing, I'm going to put on my sterile gloves. I'm going to open the package by peeling it back from the top. Removing the inside paper package. Folding it out. And I'm going to place the right hand, the dominant hand on first using the non-dominant or left hand. I'm going to open this package without touching anything but the cup itself here. To expose the gloves. So with the thumb and index finger of the non-dominant hand, I'm going to grab the right glove from the inside, not touching the, this is cuffed, so not touching, it's folded over, so not touching the sterile part. Flip it over to where the thumb is. And slip it on. then I still have my thumb tucked under the glove to not touch the sterile part. So now with the dominant hand, I'm going to take 2 fingers and put it under the cuff. So I'm touching only the sterile part of the glove now. Flip it around and put it on as before. And again, my fingers are still on the underside or the sterile side. So now my fingers are both sides are sterile. I can tuck fingers together to get a better fit. Now we're back to our sterile field. I have on the sterile gloves now so I can arrange my instruments. I'm going to put my pads to the side here. And the provider probably has a manner where she does these arranged, so I will do it that way, pretend like I'm doing it that way. Now, if I were going to stay in the room and watch this, it would remain sterile as long as no one reached over it or to the sides or correction, brushed up against it. But in this case, I'm going to leave the room, so I'm going to take the second drape, and just like I put the drape onto the flat surface to start with, I'll unfold it and I'll put the drape over the instruments just by dropping it on there. And then that is ready to be used in the foreseeable short future.